ball off the kickoff and read it perfectly.
45, kickoff now, working in favour of Alpha Sydney, but it's just going to linger in mid. Sirix with the redirect, but it's going to be met in the ground by Torsus. Sirix once again works it over the top. Good follow-up from Drippy there. Sirix now with a long shot off to the right-hand side. Jake holding this one, pushing it down mid, gets the pass play to Drippy. Drippy back to Jake. Torsus nowhere to be seen. That would have been a beautiful play if Torsus had pushed up a bit more. Express though, trying to hold on. Drippy over the top. Too wide of the net, so Stoney's going to clear this one with ease. But Jake comes in, tries to set something up once again. Torsus up in the air, whiffs the shot. And Abyss at the moment currently slowly holding on. So struggling to push this one forward at the moment. We're about to hit the 1 minute warning, and then it's a shot on coming in, and Jake's going to take that one out. Straight on the minute mark, and there's that 1 goal lead that Alpha Sydney have been looking for.
Yeah, what a finish as well. Going a little bit high, but Jakey dude gets it past. Just an absolute delicate touch to get in the top left corner. And it's a completely different team. Alpha Sydney in the first game looked so defensive, willing to hold back, and now it's the complete opposite. Not letting Abyss get any really solid touches on the ball as they challenging everything they do.
Now trying to push this one forward, set up some opportunities for Abyss. Sirix goes for the backboard play, but Jake's going to get the clearance. Works it over the top of Stoney. Sirix is back there for defense, gets the clearance off to the wing. Drippy comes in for the redirect, sets it up for a dangerous centre net. Ball now working in favour of Abyss. Express pops it up over across to Sirix. Jake's back there for defense. Wasn't fast enough for them, so the clearance is going to come up. Stoney works around Jake. Ball now being worked over the top. That's an open net. Abyss now working hard to get there. Stoney's coming in, but Torsus beats him to it. It's like I've been saying throughout the previous matches we've casted against Alpha Sydney. They're a really fast-paced team. If you want to come in here, you want to make sure that your aerials are on point, your dribbles are on point. You can really try and contest those fast plays that come out. Right now, this buzzer beater is out. Jake going for a shot home. Ball's going to hit the ground, but Alpha Sydney bring this one back, and that's a map apiece.
Yeah, they're going to tie that up and one apiece, turning it into a best-of-5 series instead of best-of-7, essentially. But Jake the Tyrant really going off in that series. Great setups coming out from Turbo Pulsar, who went for a lot of backboard plays, and Jake the Tyrant simply came in and just got great angles to finish them off. So a real team effort. Drippy not really showing up so much in this match, but he was a big effort in that midfield, going for those challenges, preventing Abyss from getting those big, heavy, hard clears that you're used to expecting from them. So they've been doing a really great job shutting them down, and even though Sirix did so well this game, they weren't quite able to bring it up against the extra speed of Alpha Sydney. And now I think we're going to see the opposite happen again. I think Abyss are now going to step it up in this next run.
Already up here, ladies and gentlemen, looking at those stats. Like I said, the pressure that was coming out from Alpha Sydney, those fast plays, it's just so hard to keep on top of. Right now, maps are tied. Everyone jumping in game. We're getting ready up to get straight into the third match and jump straight into the first kickoff here. Can Abyss bring this one back, or are Alpha Sydney going to keep this momentum? They've got that map under their belt now, so they've tied it back up, just like Yummy Cheeseman said. Back into a best-of-5 series now. 2 maps have been played, 1 apiece. Kickoff is going to linger out into the midfield. Stoney's going to push this one into the defense, but it's going to be received by Torsus. Express redirects it off from the net there. Drippy coming in, keeping into contention for his team. Doesn't get that secondary touch, so Express is going to get the clear with these. Turbo now over the top. Just not going to get the touch that he's looking for.
Express just holding this one in the corner and trying to use up the boost of Abyss, but Express is going to get the breakaway. Really well played by him as Alpha Sydney were trying to turn up the heat. He, in a single effort, took it past all 3 of them.
Yeah, beautiful work coming out from Express there, catching the defense off guard, giving themselves that 1 goal lead straight up. 4 minutes, 32 seconds left on the clock. Anything is possible. That kickoff is going to work in the hands of Alpha Sydney, but Sirix with the redirect. He's coming in strong, but Jake, it's a nice little defensive touch there. Torsus now with the redirect off to Jake. Drippy working back in the defense mark, but he's not going to get the touch he's looking for. So Torsus really throws this one out of contention for Abyss. Really intercepting and working hard, but that's a big redirect coming in from Express. Drippy just holding on. Jake to try and work it over the top of Stoney, which he does. He's now got Sirix to try a beat. It's not going to work in his hands, so Drippy comes in, sets it up. Express pushes too far forward. Jake gets a nice demo onto Stoney, but Abyss have been given the opportunity to really try and hold this one up. Stoney, he's come back into this one. Gets a nice little touch over the top of Jake there. Express with the follow-up along the ground. Ball once again from Alpha Sydney. They're just keeping it down at the defensive end, cutting off any equal opportunity for Abyss to really push this one forward and capitalise. Torsus now with the redirect. Coming in strong. Sirix to hold this one up. Jake's up in the air, puts the shot on, but Express holds on.
Yeah, Abyss have been so good at defending so far. Just really holding off all this forward pressure. And once they do get it out, they are able to follow up. But we're still seeing if Alpha Sydney can break through this defensive wall as Stoney holding this forward for Abyss.
Got me off guard a bit there, Yummy. It sounds so beautiful now. Either way, boys from Abyss looking to put the peer pressure on, but it's not going to help. Alpha Sydney get the clearance back downfield. Stoney to hold on. Tries to work it over the top of Torsus, but both players there with big time. Ball now lingering mid. Express comes in strong. Stoney sets it up. Express holds on patiently, and look at that. Works into the favour of Abyss, and there's the 2-goal lead.
Express did such a good job here. After Stoney's pass, he faked the shot. Turbo Pulsar, no matter what he had to do, had to go for that one. And Express wins out on this day and takes the lead 2-0 over to Abyss.
Work here. Express once again trying to throw it, goes for the shot on, but Drippy gets the clearance. Stoney to try and hold this one up, works it off to the wing, but Sirix comes in for the long shot down. Jake now intercepts that one, but Sirix works it around him. In comes Express, but he can't connect. Been a beautiful goal coming out from Abyss there, but Alpha Sydney just holding on thus far. Stoney keeping it down at defensive end. Jake trying to work it around two players. Sirix is going to get the better of him there, though. Ball now down defensive end. Torsus was up a bit too soon. Ball's going to get worked over the top of him. Stoney now works it over one, looking to work it down the wing nice and fast here. Tries to go for the play over Drippy. Doesn't work to his favour. Big demo coming on to Sirix, so it's a 2v3. Alpha Sydney get the big long shot, but Sirix respawns just in time. Flies up in the air and gets the save.
Oh, Alpha Sydney really need to pick up the pace here. Abyss have been doing such a great job in that midfield. Drippy puts a shot on, but Stoney again, the savior of this match so far, as he's come in as a sub and is doing so well. A ground pinch almost goes towards the net, but in this scenario, just a little bit wide.
Beautiful work there, and also, before I say that, Express catching everyone out, including myself, off guard here. Sets that one up nicely. Jake hits it off the wall. The redirect coming out from Express. Well, we've got the time now. Big shout out to Nexus Gaming for the host with the 80 viewers there. So make sure you get around them, ladies and gentlemen. 1:37 seconds left on the clock. The hat trick in effect for Abyss here. And they capitalise and take a few more goals out. Or as Abyss, not Abyss, Alpha Sydney going to reply in some shape or form. Right now, Stoney trying to work it down the wing. Torsus works it around him. Pinch now coming out, working in favour of Abyss here, but Drippy sends it back flying. Gets the pass off to Jake, but Jake whiffs, but Drippy comes in, works it around two players, and gets the goal that Alpha Sydney need.
This pass down by Jake was immaculate, hitting that off. It wasn't actually a pass at all. I thought he got the touch off the corner into the center. It was very fast, but Drippy was able to read it absolutely perfectly. This is going to give them the opportunity for a comeback. Drippy not able to finish off that kickoff goal right there.
Yeah, up in the air, tries to set something up. Isn't going to work in their favour. That touch from Express was very dangerous, but Sirius got up there nice and quick to redirect that one back down to the defensive end. Stoney now with the long shot. Gets it in! Express couldn't get the hit, but he didn't need to. Stoney just reoccurring that 3-goal lead there for Abyss.
Yeah, and almost every single goal as well for Abyss has been of Alpha Sydney making defensive mistakes. And it's not because Alpha Sydney are bad players, it's because Abyss are putting them under this pressure and they're having to hit the ball out to the side to prevent Abyss coming in for the challenge. And in the end, it's causing Alpha Sydney to pass the ball into center again just for Abyss to finish it off. Oh, Sirix coming in, Stoney had the block. Very intelligent play coming out from Abyss, but it doesn't work out this time.
Torsus now with the shot of his own, but Sirix gets up there, gets the save. Express now throws it off to the side wing. In comes Drippy, trying to keep him in contention here. Torsus beats Stoney to it, sets it up for a midfield ball. Sirix connects with that one well. Jake now working underneath. Torsus with the play back. Play coming out, but it gets hold up a bit too much, allowing Abyss to work hard on those rotations, get back for those defensive plays. They're already now starting to slowly push forward. Now Express coming in for the shot on, but Torsus gets the redirect. Sirix now up in the air. It's a nice little touch, but Drippy's going to hold this one. Now Stoney comes in, but look at that. It hits the ground just before it can go in, and Abyss now take a one-map lead.
Yeah, attempt to get a final goal there for Sirix, but it doesn't matter. They end up 4-1 in this game, and we did say that they were expected to step up once more. It's shaping up to be a bit of a back-and-forth series, Deuce, as Abyss in that game stayed defensive, prevented the shots coming in, and then as soon as they saw an opening, they were on it as quick as anything and were able to get 4 goals, 3 coming out from Express. And the fact that you can see he has 3 shots and 3 goals just showed how little they were actually on the offense, but how much they were just taking advantage of every opportunity they got.
That's exactly right. We're going to ready up here. Try and get into the next matchup. But as Yummy said, Abyss just utilizing every opportunity that they got. They're catching the Alpha Sydney side's defense off guard. Really getting those nice, securing those shots, and then just working back to play defensively. It's worked into their favor. Are we going to see Alpha Sydney try and turn it up a notch here? Try and win this one back. Are we going to see it back and forth, back and forth? Either way, Abyss now currently have a 1-goal lead. Not a 1-goal lead, I should say 1-map lead. This is the 4th matchup. Straight into the action. Torsus and Sirix going head-to-head. Ball just lingering in the mid. So Drippy gets up in the air. Gets a nice little touch, but Express meets that one. Throws it off out of the line of view. So they're trying to work it around Torsus. He gets underneath him, but Drippy's going to hold him up. Keeps it down the defensive line of Abyss. Sirix now over the top of Drippy. Comes in for the follow-up down the wing. Works around 2 players. Now it's all up to Torsus to try and utilize something here. Stoney comes in for the demo. It's a bit too late there. Now the boys trying to hold this one up. Throw this one back down to the Abyss defensive side. They're already on the reply. And Alpha Sydney really struggling to keep this down the defensive end of Abyss here, Yummy.
Yeah, it's a bit atypical of this team. Sirix has pushed the shot on, and it goes behind Jake the Tyrant. Sirix, the master of shot placement, sets himself up with an absolutely perfect pinch. And Jake had to expect that shot was going in the right-hand side of net in front of him and gets caught out with his momentum going forward.
Beautiful work there for Abyss to take out the first goal. Big shout out to Wolfie. I already repeated myself there, lad. But either way, right now, Sirix trying to set something up for his team here. Jake's going to hold it up. Sirix trying to work it around Jake, not going to work. But Alpha Sydney still have the ball in their possession. Stoney coming in nice and dangerously here. Jakey gets a nice little touch there. Throws it up into the air for Torsus to throw it down the wing. Now comes Express. Gets a nice little touch there. Works it around the top. Sets it up. Stoney comes in for a touch, but it's not going to work in his favour. Now the boys from Alpha Sydney had the prime opportunity to throw this downfield, but Sirix goes in for the shot on. Drippy gets a nice little defensive touch there, and Alpha Sydney starting to make a bit of progression here, Yummy.
Oh, they're getting some forward opportunities, but it's just so lovely seeing Abyss right now, just knowing where each other are in the pitch, going for a lot of these back passes and possession plays, just hitting the ball to each other, and it's working out absolutely incredible for these players so far. 3 minutes left on the clock for Alpha Sydney to try and get a goal. And there is another shot on, but Drupe coming in last second to keep them in the game.
Now with a backboard play, in comes Torsus for the shot on. Express holds on to that one nicely. Sirix now has Jake to contend with. Ball's still going to not work in anyone's favour here, so Express is going to take it, try and work it forward. Droopy gets a nice little block there. Comes up for the follow-up, but Stoney works it underneath him. Express now looking to push this one forward. Jake comes in for the block, but it's going to work in favour of Express. Express gets a nice little demo. The Torsus is going to get the clearance. Now Jake trying to work this one forward. 50 coming into effect. It's not going to work in anyone's hands, so Trippy throws this one straight back down the defensive end of Abyss here. Torsus comes in for the shot on, but it's going to get blocked out by Express. Express now goes for the pass play, but it gets intercepted by Trippy. Torsus Now looking to set up a bit of a centre play here for his teammates, but Stoney's going to get the better of him. So Jake has to come in and clean it up. Drippy gets up there, but it's not going to work. Sirix now looking to push his